All right. Who's single in the house? Clap it up. No? Okay. Well, I'll see you afterward then. I'm desperate, guys. I'm desperate. I'm going through a divorce after 17 years. I just got on the dating apps. And I'm old school, so I was swiping through and I see this sweet account manager from Temecula, and she has a little waterfall pic, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, that's great. And then in her bio it says, choke me like Bundy, eat me like Dahmer. Just like, whoo! I don't think I can handle that. Also, have you seen me? You don't want me... I've seen some freaks lately. It's like, choke me, slap me, spank me. It's like, have you guys read of Mice and Men? Because I'm Lenny, Tender rabbits, tender rabbits. Does anyone believe in aliens in the house? Yeah, anyone? I'm pretty certain that the aliens that come to Earth are frat boys, because they've got that fancy ride from their dad's money. They're leaving crop circles with, it looks like maybe that's their frat emblem. And every human that meets these aliens wakes up in a field somewhere with no memory and their asshole hurts. So I was walking by some older black guys the other day, and one of them was like, "Hey, where are you from?" And I turned like, "What?" And he goes, "Where are you from? You know what I'm talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, Minnesota." And he goes, "See, I told you, I played for Nebraska, they all look like that." And I was like, damn, that's right, that's right. I don't know if he thinks that we just walk out of a cornfield, fully grown, just dead-eyed, ready to play football. But it's kind of true, And I'm the runt of the family. My brother's like 2 Russian nesting dolls larger than me. He's like 390, 6'5". My dad's 6'6". You guys know that game back in the day where my dad could beat up your dad? Well, nobody ever played that with me, because when they came to play, he'd open up the front door and be like, "You rang." Looking like goddamn Lurch. And so I'm going to be going back to Tulsa, Oklahoma to be officiating a wedding, and my buddy's like, "Dude, you're going to have so much success out here. The girls are going to love you. You are a San Diego 3 and a Tulsa 9. And I'm like, that kind of hurts. I'm 6'3". Can I get 3.5? Can I just do San Diego 3.5? Let's see here. So I'm getting on the dating apps, and I think Southern California is just an eating disorder. The entire thing is an eating disorder. And I'll take any gal, tall, short, fat, skinny, but, I remember my daddy goes, "Hey, son, you can't have one of those spindly, snappable ones, you need a thick gal with huge cans and a fat ass, because they're carrying around God's burden." And I like that. Will you jiggle it for Jesus right now? Woo! Thank you. We'll be talking afterward also, I think. What do I got? Oh, big gals, thank goodness. Let's get back to big gals. So I've been dating a BBW, as they call them, big, beautiful woman. And one of my first dates, she's like, "You coming over right now, what are you going to do to me?" And I was like, "Well, first, I'm going to take some oil and drizzle it all over that rump and them thighs. And then I'm going to sprinkle you with my proprietary herbs and spices and rub it in real good. Tenderize that meat, lock in the juices, And she's like, "Are you going to have sex with me, or are you going to eat me?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but Papa's hungry." So I have some good-looking friends. They're kind of like sales leads at their business. They're tall, good-looking dudes, and they're making fun of my low body count. You guys know what a body count is?
Yes.
It's what the kids are calling how many people you've had sex with, which I think is just a psycho thing. You're like, these are the bodies that I've had sex with. And they're making fun of me, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay. Maybe I went to business school. I think I can explain this to you guys. I was like, okay, you guys have each had over 100 sexual partners, but how many of them have come back for seconds? You know? How many have come back for seconds? Seems like you guys have had an incredible amount of leads. You guys have closed a lot of those leads. That's impressive. Your sales volume's really good. But how's the customer satisfaction if they're not coming back for seconds, you know? I'd hate to see your Yelp reviews, is what I'm saying. Meanwhile, I've got 90% retention rate on those gals, okay? With an average engagement of at least 12 visits to my home. And I say, it looks like you guys really need to focus on your customer service, okay? Because you guys are trashing the market, all right? Meanwhile, I've got word of mouth. People are coming to me just from advice around town. And sure, I only have a few gals in my body count, but they keep coming back because of my loyalty program, okay? After 5 visits, they get a massage, and on the 10th visit, they get a gift bag, you know? So, I think what you need to do, if you want to drive down your customer acquisition costs, is actually invest in some time and learn the girl's name, you know what I mean? So the other day I was at my friend's house, and his dog coughed up part of a bully stick. You guys know what a bully stick is? Well, I looked it up because it looked very interesting. It is a dehydrated bull's penis, right? So I'm thinking if anyone's tight on money right now, go to Petco, get a bag of bully sticks, throw them in the sink for a little while, and you have yourself an edible sex toy. So you guys can use it and then chew on it afterward. You know, that's a double time thing. So I am a special ed bus driver. Yes. And if you guys are wondering what it's like, it's kind of, have you guys ever been on those Temecula wine tours? It's kind of exactly like that. Like everyone shows up for the bus in the morning looking amazing with all their cute clothes on. And by the time I go to pick them up, half of them are nonverbal, a third of them are crying, a couple have vomit on their shirts, and there's bathroom problems on the way home. Let's see. Yeah. So when I first got that job, though, I had a stroke a couple years ago, so I was no good. Like my wife would find me out in the garden with like laundry, and she's like, "Hey, honey, do you know where you are?" So the answer is no. But I've recovered a little bit. And so I think just to get me out of the house, she was like, "Hey, why don't you go get a job with the school district?" And I was like, "Oh, that's great. You know, and for the first 6 months, I don't know if I had a job or if she just put me on one of the school buses. Because I was an attendant on the bus, you know, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm doing a good job. And the kids are pretty punk rock. They don't care about anything. They don't care about social standards. They will just rip ass right there, fart as loud as they want. It's amazing. But when the 22-year-olds, and I just started the job, and it's actually scariest when they're quiet, because you think you're doing a good job. So I turn over, and one of the girls is over there, and she pulled her shirt down, and her tits are out. And she's 19, so it's less weird maybe. And she's yanking on her nipples, and she's just going, nasty. I freak out, but I walk over, I'm like, "Hey, let's put those away and relax." And she spit at me, and it went right into my mouth. Oh. This is like in the first week of me working, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And you know, if this were a different person in a completely different scenario, I would be into that. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm PJ. Have a great night. Thank you for coming.
Again, PJ Eichten.